I'm here with ACC Commissioner John Swofford at the DuPont Circle Hotel, where the commissioners and the presidents have agreed upon a 4-team playoff for college football. John, tell me what this does, particularly for the ACC.
Well, I think the first thing it does for the ACC is what it does for every team out there in our division, and that is that it gives 4 teams rather than 2 the opportunity to play on the field for the national championship. So that access is there for all of us if you have a team that's good enough. Number one. I think number 2, that we will be a contract bowl participant, meaning our champion will be playing in a contract bowl in all likelihood on New Year's Day against a quality opponent if it's not in the semifinal game. So I think those 2 things combined together are extremely positive for the Atlantic Coast Conference. So you'll have the Rose Bowl as a contract game, you'll have the Champions Bowl wherever that game is played as a contract game, and you'll have the ACC champion playing in a contract game as well, all on New Year's Day.
This was a rather quick meeting today. Were you surprised at how quickly the presidents approved this plan?
Well, I was, but I think in hindsight they were kept very much in the loop along the way. So when they came into the room, they were well versed. It's a smart group of people, and they're very, very quick learners, as you would expect them to be. But I think we were all prepared to maybe be in that room debating and trying to come to consensus into the late hours of the night, if necessary. Charles Steger, the president at Virginia Tech, was just outstanding, in my opinion, in chairing this group, and he's got a great way about him. He's an excellent consensus builder, and so it all came together very, very quickly, and candidly, more quickly than I would have expected.
The group also approved a selection committee. Any details emerge on that? What do you think that will look like moving forward, and how much discussions are left on how these teams will be chosen?
Well, there's more discussion to be had with that, particularly in terms of the makeup of the committee, how many there will be, where those committee members will come from. But we did have some excellent discussion, I think, about criteria, and 2 of the criteria that will be at the top of the committee's list in determining who the 4 teams are to be will be having won a conference championship, not a requirement, but a strong criteria leaning toward champions, and number 2, strength of schedule. And I think both of those are appropriate in terms of the committee's work. And there'll be certainly other criteria and parameters that are given to the committee. And so that, like a lot of this, became a compromise between those who wanted just simply a poll in 1, 2, 3, 4, and those who wanted having won a conference championship as a requirement. And I think this is a compromise, and it's, I think, indicative of compromise throughout the model itself, and I think that ability to come to some of those compromises is a credit to the people in the room.
Last question for you: where does the ACC go from here? Are you confident in the stability of the league right now moving forward? Does this change anything in regards to that?
Well, I've been confident in the stability of the league, and still am, absolutely. I think this decision being made and what will come along with it in terms of access, in terms of opportunity to play for the national championship if you're good enough, in terms of the financial implications, which will be very, very positive going forward for the ACC and everybody else. I think all of that adds up to bringing more stability in college athletics, and that's a good thing.
All right, thank you so much for your time. For ESPN.com with ACC Commissioner John Swofford, I'm Heather Dinich.